Hi, welcome and welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Why do narcissists give the silent treatment? And why do they act as though you do not exist? Someone asked that question in the comments, and I thought I would make a video in response. The silent treatment, first of all, is a control tactic. The narcissist has a lot of tools and tactics that he or she uses in order to manipulate, con, scheme. At the root of it, it's control though. So the silent treatment is a tactic that the narcissist uses to maybe regain control of you as a person, your emotions, also to regain control of the situation, especially if maybe you've pulled back or you've been questioning them or trying to hold them accountable, calling them out on stuff, calling them on the carpet for behavior or things that they've said, things that they haven't maybe done or said. So some of the things that they've failed to do that they said they were going to do. Either way, it is a way for the narcissist to regain control. They're trying to reset things so that they're in the driver's seat and you are in your place, which is a couple pecs down from the narcissist. And in giving you the silent treatment, what that does is that will kind of prompt you to be like, well, what's going on? Well, wait a minute. Well, I thought we were doing well. I thought things were okay. You start to worry, start to question the relationship, start to feel insecure, basically. And that will then prompt you to reach out to the narcissist. You're going to try to grasp whatever knowledge, information, insight, perspective, or just even them as a person to get that sense of security again. Meanwhile, the narcissist is using this as a control tactic. You're falling right in with what they want to do. You're falling in line. You're playing right into their hand. The narcissist wants you to feel insecure. They want you to feel off kilter. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to question the relationship. They want you to say, if you challenge them on something, for example, they want you to learn that, hey, you don't do that to me. You don't challenge me. You don't question me. You don't ask me where I've been or where I'm going. So they will try to keep you in line with the silent treatment. Also, it's a form of emotional manipulation. If you yourself have abandonment issues from your childhood or those kinds of things, you just fear of rejection based off of your experiences early on, then the silent treatment's definitely going to magnify that or revive those emotions that are associated with that. And the narcissist will use the silent treatment when they don't have an answer. For example, the alleged murderer. When it came to be time for him to reach certain deadlines or certain milestones on the road to having this show and all this other stuff that he said that he had going on or had cooking or in the works, when I asked him about it, I remember very specifically asking him about it, and he didn't respond. And I know he got the message. I know that he saw what I said or saw what I texted or whatever the case may be, but he chose not to respond. Now, at the time, I thought, okay, this is weird. Like, well, what's going on? Like, this much time has passed, or hey, we're at this point now, we should be here. And he didn't respond. And I found out later that it was because he didn't have anything to say. In other words, he had no updates because the whole thing was fake and it was all a sham. He lied about all this stuff and he didn't have a response. And so he got quiet. And I think the idea was for me to just kind of give up and go away and stop asking. And I've also seen situations where I have corrected narcissists on certain things like, oh, well, you said that this is this way, but actually it says right here, it's this. And I've had narcissists give me the silent treatment and ghost and all that's associated with that, because I corrected them. And I think too, because I'm guessing that they probably were afraid that, okay, she's kind of figuring out that I don't know what I'm talking about. And also, narcissists will give you the silent treatment and act like you don't exist when they are preoccupied with someone else. Narcissists maintain a whole stable of folks that they use as sources of supply. And different people may supply them with different things. One person may supply them with money. One person may supply them with sex. One person may provide them with drugs. One person may supply them with adoration and praise and validation that way. And so someone else might provide them with a place to stay. So whatever their top priority need is at the moment, that's where they're going to focus their effort and attention and energy. They may see that the relationship is kind of coming to an end, or they have maybe bled you dry, or they've, extracted all of the supply, whether it's physical, financial, whatever it is, emotional, from you that they feel like they can get. And so they're going to start grooming someone else. So that might be a red flag for you too, that there's somebody else in the picture that they're focused on. And that's why you're getting the silent treatment. Maybe your texts are going unanswered. Maybe you're not getting phone calls returned, or maybe they're just maybe they're with you physically, but they're just really quiet. Also, narcissists will give you the silent treatment when you hurt them. And side note, you may not have intended to hurt them. You may have inadvertently hurt them while you were saying or doing something, else, and you weren't directing it towards them, but maybe you hurt them. And it could be as simple as you hurt their ego. I think even challenging the narcissist on their knowledge or experience, or what they're saying, what they're doing, calling them out on their behavior, those are things too that will hurt them just from an ego standpoint. So they'll get hurt that way. They'll get that ego bruise. They'll get that narcissistic injury. But they will give you the silent treatment when you hurt them. Sometimes the things that we do or say will trigger emotions in the narcissist that are uncomfortable for them, that remind them of their childhood trauma that they haven't dealt with. And so you may be receiving the backlash or the fallout from that, because you've triggered something in them that reminds them of that, or takes them back to that space where they were traumatized. One other thing that I thought of in terms of why the narcissist would treat you like you don't exist is they basically have spent their whole life being invalidated, beat down, and essentially treated like in all kinds of inhumane ways, as if they don't exist. And so they're going to act out a lot of those behaviors and a lot of those things that they've been taught with you in your relationship with them. So you need to just understand that the narcissist is acting out based off of trauma that they have experienced in their early childhood years, and neglect and all kinds of abuse that has nothing to do with you, but that has made them feel invalidated, small, just completely beat down, broken to the core. And now they're in a relationship with you. So you are going to get all of the backlash from years of neglect, abuse, invalidation, and a whole lot more that goes along with it. The toxic coping mechanisms, and the emotional immaturity, all that's going to get brought into the relationship. And to some degree, the narcissist is reenacting the stuff that happened to them back when they were younger in the relationship with you. And so someone who has spent most of their life feeling terrible, feeling like they're a horrible person, feeling like they're nobody, feeling broken, feeling like they're nothing, feeling just beat down, and that they're somebody else's punching bag or somebody else's sex toy, is going to bring all of that into their relationship with you. And voila, you have the makings of a toxic partner and a very toxic relationship. And whatever you've experienced in your childhood, you're going to bring all that to the relationship too. And you may be the opposite. You may be codependent. You may be more of a helper. You may be someone who wants to save people. I got to save the relationship. Oh, my parents got a divorce and I don't want one. Or, this is part of my religion and we've got to stay together. I've got to make this work. And meanwhile, you're allowing yourself to be just devalued, degraded, and just beaten down to nothing. And this person who's been through all of this trauma that they haven't dealt with is going to be more than happy to barf all that onto you, or to inflict all of that onto you in your relationship, which, is a lose-lose situation. I hope that this helps to put into perspective the silent treatment, or the narcissist treating you as though you don't exist. There's also a lot of shame that narcissists feel. They know what they're doing. They know that they have these deeply rooted traumas and shame and things like that, and that they just have not dealt with it, and they are very fearful to bring all of that up, or to have someone else bring all that up and bring all of that out. And the rage and the silent treatment and the control tactics, it's all the substance abuse, the promiscuity, it's all tactics to try to numb the pain from all of that. So you have to make a decision as to whether or not this is a relationship or a situation that you want to subject yourself to and continue with. And I will tell you from my experience that it doesn't end well, and that you will be drained and stripped of just about everything from the inside out. We've all been there, so you're not alone and you're not crazy. Know who you're dealing with, know who you are. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.